In a world driven by information and technology, it's easy to overlook the importance of our emotions. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to understand and manage our own emotions and the emotions of others. It's about being aware of our emotions, understanding what they're telling us, and using that information to make better decisions in our relationships. These components include self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. For centuries, intelligence was viewed primarily through cognitive abilities like logical reasoning and memory. However, in recent decades there has been a growing recognition that cognitive intelligence, or IQ, tells only part of the story. Researchers observed that many individuals with high IQs struggled in their personal and professional lives. This realization led to the emergence of emotional intelligence as a distinct and equally important form of intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not a luxury or a soft skill. It's a fundamental aspect of what it means to be human. In romantic relationships, emotional intelligence is paramount. When both partners possess a high degree of emotional intelligence, they are better equipped to understand each other's needs, communicate effectively, and resolve conflicts constructively. This section will delve into the core components of emotional intelligence and explore their profound impact on relationship success. Imagine a house built on a shaky foundation. Self-awareness, the ability to recognize and understand our own emotions, forms the bedrock upon which all other aspects of emotional intelligence are built. Self-awareness involves paying attention to our emotions without judgment. It's about developing a clear and honest understanding of our emotional landscape so that we can make conscious and intentional choices about how we respond to our feelings. Just as a skilled captain needs to be aware of the currents and winds affecting their ship, we need to be aware of our emotions to navigate the complexities of our relationships effectively. One of the key aspects of self-awareness is identifying our emotional triggers. Emotional triggers are events, people, or situations that evoke a strong emotional response in us. Recognizing our emotional triggers is essential because it allows us to anticipate and manage our reactions in challenging situations. By understanding our triggers, we gain valuable insights into our values, beliefs, and past experiences. Self-awareness is not a solo endeavor. It has a profound ripple effect on our relationships. When we are more aware of our own emotions, we are less likely to project them onto others. By developing self-awareness, we can take ownership of our emotions and communicate them more effectively. Instead of blaming or criticizing our loved ones, we can express our feelings in a more constructive and vulnerable way. This empathy strengthens our connections and creates a more compassionate and supportive environment within our relationships. Developing self-awareness is an ongoing journey, not a destination. There are many tools and techniques that can support us on this journey, including mindfulness meditation, journaling, and seeking feedback from trusted individuals in our lives. This practice cultivates a sense of inner stillness and clarity, allowing us to become more aware of our emotional patterns. Self-awareness, while crucial, is only the first step in the journey of emotional intelligence. Self-regulation is the ability to manage our emotions in healthy and constructive ways, even in the face of challenging situations. Think of self-regulation as a dimmer switch for our emotions. Self-regulation involves a range of skills, including impulse control, stress management, and the ability to soothe ourselves when we're feeling overwhelmed. For example, imagine that your partner forgets your anniversary. Instead of lashing out, someone with good self-regulation might take some time to cool down before having a calm and open conversation about their feelings. Effective communication is the cornerstone of any successful relationship, and self-regulation plays a vital role in fostering healthy communication patterns. When we can manage our emotions effectively, we are more likely to communicate our needs and concerns in a clear, assertive, and respectful manner. Self-regulation helps us to create a safe space for open and honest dialogue within our relationships. When both partners feel heard and understood, it becomes easier to address conflicts constructively. When we are emotionally regulated, we are more likely to project calmness, openness, and trustworthiness, which can de-escalate tense situations and build rapport with our loved ones. For many of us, our emotional responses are often governed by unconscious patterns and learned behaviors. With conscious effort and self-awareness, we can break free from destructive emotional cycles and create healthier relationship dynamics. One effective way to disrupt negative emotional patterns is to identify our triggers and develop coping mechanisms. Another crucial step in breaking free from destructive patterns is to develop emotional boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries can be challenging, especially if we are used to people-pleasing or putting others' needs before our own. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, and even the strongest relationships will face their share of difficulties. Emotional resilience is the ability to cope with stress, adversity, and setbacks without becoming overwhelmed or resorting to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Cultivating emotional resilience involves developing a range of skills, including self-care, optimism, and a growth mindset. Emotional resilience is not something we are born with. It's a skill that we develop over time through conscious effort and practice. This resilience strengthens our relationships by creating a foundation of stability and security, even in the face of adversity. In the intricate dance of human relationships, empathy serves as the invisible thread that binds hearts together. It is the capacity to step outside of our own experiences and truly understand the emotional world of another person. Empathy asks us to approach other people's emotions with tenderness and respect. It's about creating a safe space where they feel seen, heard, and understood, without judgment or criticism. When we approach others with empathy, we move beyond simply hearing their words. We open our hearts to truly understand their experience. In our fast-paced world where distractions abound and multitasking is the norm, true listening can be a rare and precious gift. Active listening involves being fully present in the moment, setting aside our own thoughts and agendas to focus intently on what the other person is communicating. Active listening involves both verbal and nonverbal cues that demonstrate our attentiveness. It also involves asking clarifying questions, summarizing what we've heard to ensure understanding, and reflecting back the emotions we're picking up on. This type of response demonstrates that we are not only hearing the words, but also understanding the underlying emotions and the specific details of the situation. Section 3. Cultivating compassion, extending empathy to ourselves and others. Empathy is not a finite resource, it's a capacity that can be cultivated and expanded through practice. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen our empathy muscles is to practice self-compassion. Just as we strive to be understanding and forgiving towards others, we can learn to extend the same kindness and acceptance to ourselves. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same care and understanding that we would offer to a loved one. It's about recognizing that we are all imperfect beings, capable of making mistakes and experiencing difficult emotions. Instead of berating ourselves for our shortcomings, self-compassion encourages us to approach our imperfections with gentleness and understanding. When we cultivate self-compassion, we create a more solid foundation for extending empathy to others. It's easier to understand and forgive the mistakes of others when we have learned to extend the same grace to ourselves. Furthermore, self-compassion helps us to regulate our own emotions more effectively. When we are kinder to ourselves, we are less likely to become defensive or reactive when faced with criticism or conflict. Section 1. Social skills. Building bridges of communication. Social skills help us navigate human interaction. They include starting conversations, building rapport, and resolving conflicts. While some have natural charm, social skills can be learned. Think of them as tools in a carpenter's toolbox. Effective communication is key. It's about clarity, respect, and understanding. Good communicators are also skilled listeners. Conflict is an inevitable part of life, arising in even the healthiest of relationships. However, it's not the presence of conflict that defines a relationship, but rather how the conflict is handled. Individuals with strong social skills possess a repertoire of conflict resolution strategies, allowing them to navigate disagreements constructively and emerge from conflicts with stronger bonds. One of the key principles of effective conflict resolution is to approach disagreements with a spirit of collaboration rather than combat. This means shifting our mindset from "I need to win" to "we need to find a solution that works for both of us." It also involves being willing to listen to the other person's perspective, even if we don't agree with it, and to look for common ground. Another important aspect of conflict resolution is the ability to regulate our emotions. When conflicts arise, it's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment and say or do things we later regret. Individuals with strong emotional regulation skills can take a step back when they feel their emotions rising, allowing themselves time to cool down before engaging in further discussion. Trust and respect are the cornerstones of any healthy relationship, whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a professional connection. Social skills play a crucial role in fostering these essential elements, creating an environment where individuals feel safe, valued, and supported. Building trust requires consistency, reliability, and open communication. When we follow through on our commitments, keep our promises, and communicate honestly and transparently, we demonstrate to others that we are worthy of their trust. Conversely, breaking trust, whether through dishonesty, betrayal, or inconsistency, can damage relationships, often irreparably. Respect involves treating others with dignity, valuing their opinions and perspectives even when they differ from our own. It means being mindful of our words and actions, ensuring that we are not intentionally or unintentionally causing harm. Respect also involves setting healthy boundaries, communicating our needs and limits clearly, and recognizing the boundaries of others. While words are the building blocks of language, our nonverbal cues often speak louder. Body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, and physical appearance convey emotions, intentions, and attitudes. Strong social skills involve reading and conveying nonverbal cues, adding depth to interactions. For example, imagine a friend says they're fine, but their tone is flat, shoulders slump, and they avoid eye contact. Their nonverbal cues suggest struggle. By picking up on these signals, we can respond with empathy and understanding. Nonverbal communication influences how others perceive us. Open body language, eye contact, and smiling make us approachable, trustworthy, and engaging. Crossed arms, a furrowed brow, or lack of eye contact convey defensiveness, anger, or disinterest. By being aware of our nonverbal cues, we can align them with our message. Emotional intelligence is the foundation of healthy, lasting relationships. It helps us navigate challenges and build strong connections. Self-awareness guides us. Self-regulation manages our responses. Empathy connects us, and social skills build bridges. Together, they foster growth, resilience, and deeper bonds. Developing emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey of self-discovery, growth, and connection. It involves understanding and managing our emotions, empathizing with others, and navigating relationships with skill and awareness. The journey starts with self-reflection and exploring our emotional landscape. Seek feedback, ask challenging questions, and be open to growth. Train your mind and heart like an athlete trains their body. Embrace setbacks with self-compassion and learn from them. Challenges offer the greatest opportunities for growth. Emotional intelligence brings empathy and understanding to all interactions. It fosters connection, compassion, and harmony in our relationship.